Hi everyone, and welcome to Cooking with Cricket. Today I just thought I'd bring you along as I take this one big old chicken breast, turn it into a bunch of little slices, and cook it in my big old cast iron skillet. I've used this, I've had this for over 25 years. I've showed it before, this big old, it's a huge cast iron skillet. And I told the story how I got it on my very first anniversary. I got upset about it. I put it in the cabinet and it stayed there until this year when I started getting into cast iron cooking, seasoned it up. But anyway, I've been cooking with it in the stove, like for skillet potatoes and stuff. So I was afraid that it wasn't seasoned enough, that it might stick to cook some fried chicken in. So the other night I made some fried chicken legs. They didn't stick. They were perfect. So I'm going to do this with this chicken breast. It's just me, Ricky, and Alex tonight eating. We bought a pack of chicken breast, and these were huge. This is just one half of it, but I'll bring you back to that in a minute. When you fry up chicken, you can just fry it the way that you like it. In my pie plate, I just took some regular flour. You can use self-rising flour or all-purpose flour. It doesn't matter. If you're using the all-purpose flour, you'll need to add a little bit more extra salt because it doesn't have salt in it. But just season it the way that you like it. I'll just kind of show you. I have some sea salt, some pepper, some chili powder, paprika, garlic, cayenne pepper, some ranch seasoning, some chicken and rib seasoning, some parsley, and just throw in what you like. And we're just going to mix this up, and that's our seasoned flour. And then in this pie plate, I have 2 eggs that I've put just a little bit of water in and a lot of sriracha hot sauce in there. No, I do not like a lot of heat and spice. Everybody else here does, but I can handle a little bit of it. And when I cook my chicken and all, I always do that. It's not like flaming hot, and it's not like real spicy or anything like that. And sometimes I really can't even tell that it's in there. So let me get this mixed up. Let me get my gloves on, and I'll bring you back to the chicken. Sometimes I wear gloves, sometimes I don't. It's according on if I have them or not. Either way, I always wash my hands real good with warm soapy water. I always, this cutting board, my knife, and everything that I use that touches raw chicken will get sanitized on one side of the sink. My counter area and everything will get sanitized, and then the sink will get sanitized. I'm real funny about raw meat. And now I'm just going to cut just this little bit of the fat off. You can trim up your chicken the way that you like it. Now this part of the tenderloin, I am going to just cut that out. And I'll flatten it. But I guess you could call this cooking chicken on a budget. When my kids was little, and my 2 nephews lived with me and stayed with me a lot, you know, money was tight. And I would take 2 big old chicken breasts, do it this way, fried up, and we would even have leftovers. Now I like my chicken thin. You don't have to do this. You don't have to bang it out. You don't have to thin it out. This is the way I like it. This is the way my family likes it. Now I have me a piece of plastic wrap. You can use that. You can use parchment paper. I'm going to put a couple of pieces in here, fold it over, and just with my rolling pin, bang it out. And then I will set this over in my egg mixture. So let me get all this done, and then I'll bring you back. So I have it in my egg mixture. Gonna toss it real good in that and coat it very well with my flour mixture. And then I'm just gonna set it aside until I get my oil heated in my skillet. And you could double coat it now. You could put this back in your egg mixture and then back in your flour mixture if you wanted to. And just, I know most of you know this, but please don't, if you have extra of this flour, I would not save it and reuse it, because now it's contaminated. That's just me. That's just me. Anything that this raw chicken has touched is now, I'm going to discard that. It ain't much anyway, but that's just me. And I'm sorry about the sun shining in. It's real bright this time of the evening. But on my pan, just for it to heat up, I have it over medium-high heat. And I'm going to use canola oil. You can use whatever oil that you like. And as much oil as you like. But I'm frying chicken. Now, we don't want this to get real hot, because if we do, we're going to put it in and our chicken, the crust is just going to burn. You don't want to put it in when it's not heated enough. And I know that's kind of hard to tell. There's different things where you can take a wooden skewer, put it in there to see if it bubbles. Or we can take little bits of our flour and throw it in there. Or I even have a thermometer, but it's not going to fit down in this pan. But I'll show you. Okay, mine's been heating up about 5 minutes. I can feel the heat coming off of it. I'm going to drop just a little bit of flour down in there. It's sizzling. I'm going to take a small piece of my chicken, and we'll see how it sizzles when it goes in there. Okay, that's a good sizzle. And the trick is, you don't want to just get in here and just start flipping it, because we're cooking protein and it will stick. So we need to let it get starting to get browned on one side before we flip it. We don't want to overcrowd our pan, but I don't want to cook 2 batches either. Now I'm going to turn my heat down just a little bit more, so medium high, just a little bit above medium, because I don't want this to fry really high at really high heat right now. So I'll bring you back when I go to flip it. Alright, now I'm going to turn my chicken. So far so good, it's not sticking. I'm going to tell you the story real quick. My first ever fried chicken that I cooked, I had this guy coming over, gonna cook him some dinner. I battered up my chicken and everything, fried it just till the crust was pretty and brown. We all sat at the table. My sister and her then husband was there, and everybody fixed their plates, and all of a sudden Mama said, "Oh my goodness," and she took the platter that the chicken was on and said, "Everybody pass me back your chicken." It wasn't done at all. So just make sure it's done. I usually will cut a thick one, and if it's done and juices are running clear, then I take it up. Alright, my chicken's done. I just have it on a wire rack to drain. If you don't have that, you can drain it on some paper toweling. But I'm going to let this cool for a little bit. Finish up my supper, fix us up a plate, and then we'll come back and try one. Alright, for my supper, I've got our fried chicken, our fried chicken breast, some mashed potatoes, some oven roasted Brussels sprouts, and some of my homemade cheese and garlic biscuits. My son's done tried the chicken because he couldn't stand it. Now he really likes it. So I've cut me a bite already, and my pan did not stick, and I should have made some gravy in it, because that would have been good too. Maybe next time. Looks good and crispy, and the crust is flavorful. This is really good. Thanks for coming along. Remember, when you cook, make it your own. I'm just kind of bringing you along. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Comment, because I love hearing from you. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the little bell. And until my next video, I hope you all enjoy. Bye, y'all.